Hello there and welcome to Tuscarora High School. I'm Christopher Berry, the proud principal here beginning my 4th year. We've been on a very interesting journey where school is concerned with last March. And now, beginning a virtual school year, you may find yourself being excited or anxious or both. Those of you who are returning to THS know that we typically host separate events for back to school night and new student orientation. But since this year is so new for all of us with the advent of virtual instruction, we decided that the information we have to share applies equally whether you're new or returning to the Tuscarora family. So let's begin our presentation. Each of our assistant principals will introduce themselves and guide you through the rest of the presentation. They'll also offer an inspirational quote for you to consider in these challenging times. And don't forget, Titans, we always want to show our Titan pride.
Hi, I'm Andrew McWilliams, and I will be working with students whose last names begin A through D-O. A quote that means a lot to me is this one by Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Having a positive attitude doesn't necessarily make things right, but whether we're talking about relationships or events, how we choose to respond makes a huge impact, not only in that moment, but in all the moments that follow. I'm looking forward to getting to know you throughout the year. Take care.
Hi, my name is Rob Nutter, and I'll be working with students with the last names DR through L. A quote that is meaningful to me is, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else, by Booker T. Washington. And what I found this summer is I was just kind of really struggling with some things. And as I went through and was able to go through and help one of my neighbors who was just going through a hard time and do some work for her, as I found like I just was able to go through and pick myself up out of the doldrums. And so sometimes in life we just have to do that. You know, it's easy to go through and as we're down, just kind of go through, say life is bad. But if we go and we help other people, it usually goes through and builds us up in the process.
Greetings, students. My name is Tanisha Smith, and I am one of the administrators here at Tuscarora High School. I'll be actually serving students with the alphabet M through ROB, and I just want to welcome you to our school, and I can't wait to eventually meet each and every one of you. You know, education is an extremely important part of our entire lives and our entire experience in this world, but there's a quote that really resonates with my heart, and it reads as follows. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, by the great Nelson Mandela. So go out and change the world. Go do all that you can do. And again, I can't wait to meet you. Thank you so much.
Hello, Titans. My name is Jody Ratty, and I'm the assistant principal that will be working with students whose last names begin with ROC through Z. Regina Brett once said, "Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. It's up to you to decide what you're worth, how you matter, and how you make meaning in the world." I'm excited, and I can't wait to get to work with you, virtually and face-to-face, as we show our Titan pride.
Hello, Titans, and welcome back to another wonderful school year. I'm Mr. Milliman, one of your school administrators here. We are so happy to see you here and are so thankful that you are able to join us today. Remember, a beautiful day starts with a beautiful mindset, and we are looking forward to many beautiful days here at Tuscarora High School. Welcome back. We can't wait to get this school year started.
Once again, Titans, welcome to our back to school presentation. You've already had an opportunity to hear from our administrators, but in case you forget which students they work with or which programs they're associated with, we've provided this list for you. On the screen now, you can see the members of our Student Services Department, and also see which students and programs they'll be working with. Ms. Moore has students at the beginning of the alphabet, last names A through CR. Mr. Gill picks up with CS through JA, and also works with students who are involved in our Learning for Life and Pyramid programs. Ms. Godo has students JB through M, and Ms. Wilson serves as our department chair and also has students' last names N through SE. Mr. Harrison picks up with the remainder of the alphabet, letters SF through Z, and supports our EL program. Ms. Cooper is with us on a part-time basis. She is split between us and another school and will be working with the EL program. and Ms. Stephanie Honecker is here as our behavioral support specialist.
So what can you do to be successful? Show your Titan pride every day. That means you're ready to go online every morning. You're using appropriate language in class to learn and logging in for extra help in the afternoons. Titans are always focusing on doing their own work, helping their peers, but not doing it for them. Titan pride means not being afraid to ask for help if you need it or offer it where you can. And it means getting and staying involved in activities. Success means setting goals, knowing that there is a plan for you. That plan starts with believing in yourself. Look at the people around you, your family, your friends, your teachers. They believe in you, and you are going to believe in yourself. You don't want to waste any time here at Tuscarora. You want to take advantage of every minute. So take a moment now. Close your eyes. I want you to envision all of the things that got you here. All of the people who helped you. All of the obstacles you've overcome. Everything it took. Now, picture graduation day. Feel the weight of the cap and gown. Picture all of your classmates surrounding you in a sea of Titan green. And then hear your name called as you cross that stage. Diploma in your hand, families cheering for all the graduates. Can you see it? Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Mr. McWilliams is going to tell you how to get there.
The secret to academic success is not much of a secret at all. Complete your work in order to pass classes in order to earn credits, and earn credits in order to graduate. Of those items, the only one that is unique to high schools is the idea of earning credits. In order to graduate, students must earn a minimum of 25 credits, and many of those are specific. At the high school level, the majority of our classes are 1 semester in length. That means that material moves very quickly. It's important to use your time well to avoid getting behind. Another important factor to consider with time is the correlation between your time and your stress. Those who put off assignments and wait until close to the due date to complete them are more likely to experience stress. One of the other differences between middle school and high school is the importance of completing those assignments on time. Don't assume that there will be retests. Don't assume that there will be extra credit. Sometimes they're provided, but that is generally the exception rather than the rule. Even in a virtual environment, it's important to remember that extracurriculars are just that. They are extra. Please do everything you can to prioritize your academics. Finally, in order to graduate, students must fulfill state testing requirements. Currently, there are testing requirements in English, math, science, and social studies. Just as doing well with your academics leads to graduation, hard work leads to success, and success leads to more opportunities. What do some of those opportunities look like? Well, part of it has to do with additional course offerings. There are a variety of courses that students can take, but in order to access them, they need to have completed some of their other work beforehand. One opportunity is taking dual enrollment courses through Frederick Community College. Right here at Tuscarora, we have 6 courses that are offered and over 300 students enrolled in them throughout the year. It's an opportunity to earn college credit while still enrolled in high school, and you get to do it at a really great discount. Maybe advanced placement courses are your interest. We have 19 different advanced placement courses offered this year. Perhaps your interests lie in science or technology, engineering or math. We have 2 STEM academies here, both part of the Project Lead the Way program, but with specialties in biomedical science and in engineering. And finally, there are 23 excellent programs available at the Career and Technology Center. Those courses are available to students in their sophomore, junior, and senior years. Your school counselor can provide you with more information about these and other courses. Circling back once again, students are responsible for completing all of their work. Please note that missed assignments may negatively impact your grades. Check your teacher's syllabi for details. We are very aware that learning and the learning environment are going to look different this year from how they've looked in the past. But that doesn't mean that students have to do things on their own. There are a lot of resources available for them. First, all students will have access to the Schoology Resource Room. This is a group in Schoology that, starting during the first week of school, students will have access to as an opportunity to receive academic support. That room is monitored during normal school hours, and while it may not be an immediate response, it will definitely be a timely response to any questions that you have. Next, Titan Tutoring will start in the evening during the week of September 8th. More information will be available for that as we get closer to the time. And finally, all teachers are available in the afternoons for extra help and intervention. Their goal and our goal for you is for you to be successful. Ask your teachers for details and let them know what you need. They're here to help.
So, how does a Titan demonstrate good attendance? Well, a Titan does that by participating in Google Meets daily and making sure that they're completing their in-class assignments. We all know that good attendance goes through and eventually leads to academic success. And remember, just because we're working virtually doesn't mean that you aren't going to be held accountable for unlawful absences, that you can go through and fail a class by just not being there. And so attendance is absolutely crucial, especially in distance learning. In terms of maintaining eligibility for athletics and other extracurricular activities, it's basically based on your report card grades, and you need to maintain at least a 2.0 GPA and have no Fs on your report card to be eligible. So for example, if you would earn a D in a course, and hopefully that doesn't happen very often, you would need a B to go through and balance that grade out. Should you become ineligible, then you would have up until the interim report for the next section to go through and get those grades up in order to become eligible again for extracurriculars. Here we have a sample student schedule for the day. So let's take a look. You're on Monday, you're starting the week out, it's first block. And so you would go through and you'd be in block 1 from 8:30 to 8:50. I highly recommend that you would go through and basically be on at 8:25. That way you're ready to go when your teacher and your classmates are there waiting to start class for the day. Then you see there's a 10-minute break, and then block 2 runs from 10 to 11:20. And then you would have a flex period, and there would be club activities, places to go through and ask questions to teachers, that kind of stuff on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during that time. Lunch runs from 12 to 12:30, and then you can see from 12:30 to 1:45, there's a place for some virtual instruction, check-in with teachers for blocks 3 and 4, some asynchronous learning going on during that time. And if you would need extra supports or interventions, that would occur then. You see the yellow section from 1:45 to 3:30, and that's basically student-directed work time. It's like the equivalent of homework. You can respond to teacher feedback and engage in any online lessons that are put up. And again, this is asynchronous, working on projects, those sorts of things. If you look down at the bottom of the page, we go through it, and we're going to be having some evening tutoring available, typically running from 4 till possibly as late as 8 o'clock, and to where students can go through and check in with assigned teachers who will be available to go through and provide support during that time. And there'll be more information coming out about that in the future. If you take a look at a Tuesday schedule, you see the blocks 3 and 4 would replace the Monday times from blocks 1 and 2. So you're running from 8:50 to 8:30 to 9:50, and then from 10 to 11:20, and again flex. And up to 2 times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll be looking at social emotional learning during that flex time, and just check-ins, some mini lessons, and just making sure that we're all good. And then again, just as on Monday, that 12:30 to 1:45 segment goes through and you have different places for student support. And then again, like that self-directed work time at the end of the day. Taking a look on Wednesday, we see that there's some self-directed student work time. And then you have 35-minute segments for blocks 1 through 4. And then the directed time. And then Thursday and Friday kind of goes through and repeats what Monday and Tuesday do. So your typical class may look like this. You may have 20 minutes of direct instruction, 20 to 30 minutes of individual or small group work, and then bringing the whole group back together to kind of wrap things up. And so just like a good face-to-face classroom teaching experience would be, good distance learning is fluid. If you can remember in the past, we'd have situations where teachers might use different online learning platforms. Now we have everyone under one banner, and that is Schoology. So no more Google Classroom, separate things, another online learning platform. We have a one-stop shop for all classes, assignments, and grades. So no more looking at the class platform and also having a look at Hack. It's now under Schoology. And so there will be a parent group also being formed. You'll get a find out first message in the future with a link and directions. And within the parent group, you'll go through and have access to question and answer areas with our Schoology ambassadors. You'll have contact information that you're able to go through and get in touch with administrators. There'll be how-tos and support videos and more information at fcps.org/Schoology. Now, just because of the fact that we're in a virtual learning environment, you still kind of got to go through and keep some things in mind. And so we have some distance learning norms that we want to go through and make sure that we're following. First of all, make sure that you are attending all of your required face-to-face sessions. And that's definitely one of the things that all Titans do. All great Titans do that. And when you come into the class, make sure that you are having your microphone muted, which means when you look at the microphone icon, it'll be orange. And then when it's your turn to speak, you'll be able to click on it and it'll go from orange to white. And then when you're done, you'll just go through and click that icon and again, it'll go back to orange. Please keep your camera on whenever possible. It's not required, but we highly encourage it. Your teachers love seeing your faces. It helps just with the connection between you and them. And it's just a really good thing if you can do it. Also, please be aware that teachers will be recording the Google Meet sessions. Behavioral expectations don't change just because you're virtual. Remember, you're young adults and you want to treat people well and basically treat others the way that you want to be treated.
Titan Pride means something a little bit different with digital citizenship. You need to make sure that you're making good choices electronically. Yeah, you need to have your device ready every day because you're going to need it every day. And there's not a media center to stop by and grab an extra one when you're sitting at home on distance learning. So you need to have your device ready. You need to have your charger nearby. And then when you're in class, you need to make sure that you are acting like a Titan. Show respect for everyone around you, your teachers, your peers, yourself. When we talk about integrity and using technology the right way, that means something really very important. Just because someone's asking you a question and you could Google it and post the same answer right there, that doesn't mean that you're using technology that right way. You need to make sure that what you're doing is exactly what you know you should be. You're sitting at home on distance learning. There's a lot that can distract you. You need to be driven. You need to stay focused. And you need to make sure that you're taking care of your property, of the things that you're holding. Now, if you don't have a device, we'll get you a device. We will make sure that every student at Tuscarora High School can put their hands on a Chromebook. We will make that happen. But you need to let us know. Reach out to the school, pick up the phone, send us an email, something, so that way we know what your needs are. Students, once you've got that Chromebook, that's your Chromebook. Whether you're a junior or a freshman, you will have that Chromebook this year, next year, moving on. But because everybody has a Chromebook, you don't need your cell phone. You don't need to have your cell phone with you while you're working. And the work that you do on that Chromebook, your school rules still apply. Just because you're sitting at your kitchen table doesn't mean that we're not expecting you to work hard and to act like a Titan.
Greetings, everyone. This is Miss Smith, and I want to talk to you briefly about dressing for success. So, of course, students, we know that this school year, although it's virtual, we will be meeting with teachers and other educational professionals throughout the semester. So it'll be critical that we dress for success, and we dress every morning to come to class prepared for learning. And I just want to talk about a couple of reminders in terms of what that success looks like. So we want to make sure that, of course, the garments that we wear under our clothing remain there. We also want to make sure that none of our clothing advertise or promotes anything that would go against the FCPS policies, such as weapons, violence, alcohol, tobacco, drugs, anything sexually suggestive or racially offensive. And if you're wearing something and you're not really sure as to whether or not it's something that could potentially offend or whether it's school appropriate, please feel free to reach out to, your administrators, and we can kind of talk you through if you have some questions about some things. So we'd be happy to do that as well. So we want to make sure that our clothing does not disrupt the educational environment because, again, we want to dress for success so we can be prepared to learn. Another very important component of our school year will be us having conversations around social emotional health. And this year, we will provide you with a wealth of information and resources regarding social emotional health. We realize how difficult this time could potentially be for some of our families, and we want to make sure that we are not only addressing the educational and academic health of our students and well-being, but we're also addressing the social emotional health. And we will be having conversations and some lessons surrounding that topic throughout the school year. More details to come regarding that. We want to make sure. So in terms of providing for our social emotional health, we have many resources, many human resources. We have our counselors, we have our behavior support specialist, her name is Ms. Honecker. We have administrators and our teachers. So you have a complete support system regarding your social and emotional health. So listed on the slide, there are some resources for you to be able to access that support at any given time. So again, this year, we want to make sure that we provide academic and social support for all of our students.
There you have it, Tuscarora. A quick overview for both our students and our families. And don't forget, there's plenty of more information on our webpage. I leave you today with a quote from John Maxwell on leadership and adversity. One of the major keys to success is to keep moving forward on the journey, making the best of the detours and the interruptions, turning adversity into advantage. Thank you, Tuscarora, and have a great school year ahead.